Hey guys, welcome back. Because I got Facebook Messenger on here, I've turned the desktop audio down, so if anything goes off, you won't hear it. I looked at it today. We've got 95 wrestlers on contracted total non-stop action wrestling, which is amazing. But it's very difficult to book a show, especially when it's 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I ain't got that many storylines to fill 2 hours and 30 minutes of wrestling. So I've had a bit of fun. Believe me, I've tried to book this as sane as possible. So the main show's a bit higgledy-pockledy. The matches probably don't look right, but hey, I can't get everything right. I'm not a professional. And while doing this, I've been watching NWA TNA. The last one, which I think's a pay-per-view 22-23, which is the last pay-per-view of 2002, sorry. So yeah, I'm watching that, which I've got through most of it. I've watched now in 22 minutes of it. And at the moment, it's all been about sex, aka Sports Entertainment Extreme. If anyone doesn't know about it, go and watch the Global Wrestling Network. TNA was good. It was a bit boring to start off with, but once Vince Russo turns up, it's quite entertaining just to see how shit he is and how bad the storylines get. It's entertaining, but it makes you want to watch more. But you're just thinking, why the fuck do I want to watch more of this idiot? But anyway, let's go on with my version of TNA, which does have Vince Russo, but he's out with concussion. And the women's champion's not in action tonight because I need to hire another female wrestler because I did not realise that the alpha female is off on maternity leave. So we're going to have to bring another female until she's back. But in a pre-show bout, I've had decent wrestling but non-existent crowd heat. Chris Hero, Drago, Sani Siaki, and Brian Kendrick and Paul London defeated Roderick Strong, Matt Sydal, Sterling Jones Keeling, BJ Black, and Delirious in 15-11 when Drago defeated Delirious by pinfall. So, God, what's going on now? Help. Basically, I've got my touchpad activated, which I don't normally have. And yeah, my headphones just went on it and caused all sorts of rights. So Drago's getting better, his gimmick. Sonny Siaki's getting better, his gimmick. So is Paul London. Jerry Lawler and Mike Tyson have great chemistry calling the matches together. The announced quality lifted the match. The colour together the match a boost. We are in Puerto Rico tonight, so that's why we're at the Caliso Almio Hawkeye Arena in front of 1,500 people. Delirious 46, Black 41, Sterling Jones Kid 37, Matt Sydal 59, Roger Strong 41, Paul London 59, Brian Kendrick 58, Sonny Siaki 48, Drago 52, and Chris Hero 47. So the best in that match was a 59 with, two 59s with Matt Sydal and Paul London. Well done, guys. Strong in performance, Sonny Siaki in performance, and Drago in Rumble, which is what we like to see. That is Gail Kim, that is Jeff Jarrett. This is the, just so you know, we are using a backdrop for Impact roster. I haven't got Kip James, but BJ James I've got the W Boys, so I thought it looked alright. I'm aiming to get Scott Steiner and Sting when they're able to be hired. When they come out of they're not being able to hire, the same reason we've got with Jeff Jarrett. BJ James is in rehab, Jeff Jarrett's off because of legal reasons. But in a terrible pre-show match, Katrina Walters, she came to TNA in 2009 with Angelina Love, who she's facing in there. Oh no, she's facing in this match actually, sorry. And she made her drink blood, and it was a very weird gimmick. She then vanished for a while. She was under the name Winter, then she vanished for a while, then came back riding a bicycle. A motorbike. In really hot leather. It was really nice. I'm not going to say I have a crush on her, but there you go. In a terrible pre-show match, Katrina Walters, Lita, and ODB defeated Mischief, Nadine Hart, and Tori Wilson in 6:55, and Katrina Walters defeated Nadine Hart by pinfall. In terms of ring work, Lita was head and shoulders above, and that's a 44D. Most of the women I've hired are only just recently, fit to wrestle. They've only been wrestling a year, so I put Trish Stratus on the announce table just so she was used. The announce quality and the colour conjugate the match boost. The great performance of Lita really stood out. ODB 38, Lita 65, Katrina Walters 27, Tori Wilson 30, Natalie D. Knott 23, Mischief 33. Mischief improving in flying and ODB in flying. We do have Explosion, but it's not on air at the moment. I probably won't use it just because it would just mean more booking for me, or I might just auto book it and just let the computer run it. In an abysmal pre-show match, Danny Havoc defeated Nick Mondo in 8:02 when Nick Mondo was busted open of 21E. Nick Mondo's getting better. Going at the belt during the middle, lack of flow being noticeable. It should have been shorter. The nice quality and the colour conjugate the match a boost. Nick Mondo 22, Danny Havoc 27. No work improvements. You'll find now there won't be many improvements because they improve more on the house shows when the cameras are not watching them and stuff. But this is a good match. In a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but little heat, Sean Waltman and Jerry Lynn defeated Shark Boy and Brian Danielson in 806 when Sean Waltman defeated Shark Boy by pinfall the Tombstone. Jerry Lynn 63, Sean Waltman 70, Brian Danielson 57, Shark Boy 53, Sean Waltman improving in performance and Danielson in Rumble. 63C, not bad. And these are the final two matches of the pre-show. We've got another tag match coming up, which sees, in a pre-show bout that decent wrestling but little heat, Dustin Rhodes and Kid Cash defeating Kevin Steen and Brock Lesnar in 7:42 and Kid Cash defeated Brock Lesnar by people the dead level. Dustin Rhodes is head and shoulders above everyone else. The announced quality to this match: Brock Lesnar 56, Kevin Steen 41, Kid Cash 48, and Dustin Rhodes 67. Brock Lesnar improving performance. If you're a fan of British wrestling, it's a bargain price because you get free shows. WAW are doing their annual December show coming up. It is 20 quid, and you get, and each show is normally being priced at $9.99, so you get a show free in a way. You get both the Bellatrix Female Warriors show on the Friday night and both the afternoon Saturday show and the Saturday night evening show. So, just saying, you might want to give that a watch. It's going to be good. I think WAW are always very good at what they do in that sort of situation. And we've got another tag match, have we? Okay. So if you want to watch that, it's good. I will be doing a review on my opinions. Probably not in this video because this video will get too long, but I will go over what I thought of Survivor Series, and when I'm doing one of the shorter episodes, I might just drop it on the end. When I'm doing a All Action Wrestling's next episode, which is episode 4, because I've only just recorded episode 3 because I ain't been well. But in a pre-show bout, they had decent match with a little heat. Monty Brown and Randy Orton defeats John Cena and Stephen Corino in 8:02 when Monty Brown defeated Stephen Corino by pinfall the Pounce. Now it's quality and the colour come together match boost. Randy Orton 51, Monty Brown 43, Steve Corino 57, and John Cena 39. Randy Orton improving performance of 52D+, not bad at all. And we open up with an 85B. William Regal is in the ring and he goes, "So the road has hit its final roadblock in our justice. Now the biggest night in our calendar year is upon us. Oh look, I'm still champion. Now you fans can sit there, look unhappy about me champion. You see, Joker will never be able to move this bout off my shoulder." Really? Never? So what? You climbed the ladder and got your belt back. If you think it's so good, why don't you give me one more shot? Loser leaves TNA at Bound for Glory. Let's make it more interesting. Let's make it a Falls Count Anywhere match too. You're on Punk, but I'll be glad to see you pack in. And Impact is Regal. These slimy fans know it. Ooh, shot fires. Contract signing. Okay. Well, I said I was going to do a contract signing, never did it. Loser leaves town. TNA World Title. Most of you who have been watching the series will know who that's going to be, but don't worry, he will not be leaving for long. But I thought it'd be good. But you know, we'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting time. Where is Stevie? Steven Regal, hello. Oh yeah, he's not known as Steve Regal. He's called. I'm used to him being Steve Regal, so I've been recording All Action Wrestling this morning and this evening, so I'm used to him being Steven Regal in that. So I'm looking for Steven Regal, and he's not even that. Jericho. I'm quite looking forward to Bound for Glory. I think Bound for Glory is going to be a good show, especially with the matches I've got planned for it. Things are going to be placed out, so you're not going to get many. So each week you're going to get another. You know, I think we're doing 2 matches a week for the next 4 weeks, and then the final show will be like the final blow. But in above had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Gail Kim defeated Beth Phoenix in 6:10 by pinfall. In house quality and the colour come together match of boost. Beth Phoenix 25, Gail Kim 27. Beth improved technical. We need to work on the women's side of things, but they're all in their first years or couple of years of wrestling, so we're going to expect things like that. In above had subpar wrestling and little heat. Sandman defeated Dean Thomas in 7:10 by pinfall with a DDT. Dean Thomas again better his gimmick. Sandman and Dean Thomas showed great chemistry in their performance. Now it's quality and the colour come together match of boost. Sandman having a performance of 54, Dean Thomas 21, Sandman improving in technical. Dean Thomas, we're going to get these guys up to 46, and of course, if you don't know who Dean Thomas is, he is known as Wife Beater. I'm just saying that is Wife Beater. That was his name in CZW. I wasn't going to use that on my show because I know I do like CZW and I've watched a lot of historical CZW stuff. You know, I know that some people don't like it, but they do some good high-flying action as well, like the X Division. But Dean Thomas was named his wife beater, so I quickly changed his name to Dean Thomas. If you missed it, 24 hours ago, the WWF invaded TNA Wrestling. We're going to kill this company before it's even started, and that starts at Bound for Glory. We're going to take this company by force back to the big man, Vince McMahon. Nothing's going to stop us. Now The Rock is champion. I don't know why that wasn't typed. But if you remember at Hard Justice, The Rock won the championship match. He's now the TNA champion. So the TNA guys, they've got a huge step up on us. But then we go into a match. A rematch from last night. A tag rematch. A 75B- for that promo. And it sees in an exceptional match, Chris Benoit and Booker T defeating Triple H and Paul White in 8:18 when Chris Benoit defeated Paul White by a pinfall the Dragon Suplex. Triple H is definitely in great chemistry. Triple H is getting better his gimmick. Booker T 72, Chris Benoit 88, Paul White with a 66, and Triple H with a 94. Booker T improving flying. So it must have been first, debut match nerves. But we're going to have to work on Paul White, get him back up to, get him up to the work skills of these guys. But I'm going to book him in now. Bound for Glory. These guys ain't going away lightly. These are not in a storyline because I'm going to do we're going to have major implications on storylines after Bound for Glory, where I will be doing a lot. But Triple H will be taking on Booker frickin' T. That's going to be one of the matches at Bound for Glory. That's always going to be followed by another match where Chris Benoit will be taking on Paul White. I know it's a bit obvious that we did this at the last one, but I ain't decided on Eddie Guerrero yet, but yeah. I'm thinking more along the lines of, having someone, but I don't know who. 70C plus. I think Eddie Guerrero is going to probably, I actually do know who I'm going to put Eddie Guerrero against. See, I decide the storyline matches, but I haven't decided the other matches, and that person, I know exactly who Eddie Guerrero is going to be taking on. And I've got to find him. He's not in there. Here he is. When I see that eyes, makes me feel one of a kind. Hey. Rob Van Dam versus Eddie Guerrero. There you go. There's a match. And then we see Steve Austin in the back, and he goes, "I came here to get away from Vince. This place looked a good place, but nope. His goons turn up, and holy shit, they're taking over. The Rock, listen up, at Bound for Glory in a steel cage match, I'm going to open a can of whoop-ass on you. By the way, I'm going to get a roof put on the top with loads of weapons for us to use. It's going to be a lethal lockdown match. Why? Because Stone Cold said so." So Stone Cold is trying to eliminate any outside interference, and that is your main event of the night. Oh yes, I am debuting ahead of, before we do lockdown. We're going to be doing a lethal lockdown match, testing it out. This is not the one which is actually in the game, this is one I've made. So I've put steel cell, tables, ladders and weapons. A single match held inside a steel cage with a roof pack full of weapons, but I've done it as a cell, because a cell means it's enclosed. So you can thank me later, because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to do this match, so I've made my own version of it. So we can use it in this match. So it's going to be an amazing main event, hopefully. Not Triple H, what am I doing? It's going to be The Rock and Steve Austin. These guys have main evented in many WrestleMania. Now they're going to main event our WrestleMania inside a steel cage with weapons. AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels have a massive argument backstage, and a massive brawl breaks out between these two, resulting in this match being... But in fact, I might end up booking all the matches tonight for Bound for Glory, because next week we're not in America. I've decided we're going to take the show to England next week. I'm going to be doing an I Quit match between AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels for the X Division title, because why the hell not? As you heard that on camera, I'm very sorry, but I've been holding that since I started recording. And hopefully AJ Styles will not have his chronic neck pain, so that'll be the best match between these two. And also they should put on all the wrestlers should put on a star-studded match, because it's our biggest match of the year. And our first X Division match tonight, in a bout that subpar wrestling non-existent crowd, Austin Aries defeated Nigel McGuinness in 7:26 by pinfall the Brainbuster. Nigel McGuinness came back his gimmick, the announced quality in the colour conjugated match boost. Austin Aries 39, McGuinness 47. No work in progress, 46D, not too bad. In above our decent heat, the Modern Dragons and the Deer Hit Squad defeat the Hardy Boys in the SATs, the Spanish announce team, in 6:14 when Dan Maff defeated Joel Maximo in terms of ring work. Jeff Hardy shows up everyone. So we know the Hardy Boys have been in TNA. We know the SATs have been in TNA. I don't think these two have. I think Super Crazy might have been in TNA at some point. Zone Math seemed off his game. Nice quality. The great performance of Jeff Hardy stood out. Monster Mac 27, Dan Math 33, Yoshi Chijiri 55, Super Crazy 61, Josio Maximo 35, Julio Maximo 44, Matt Hardy 60, and Jeff Hardy 76. I think these two are very underrated in this mod, but I know it's a year, we've still got a year till TNA comes about, but, in a year's time in TNA, these two are flying and are doing some amazing stuff. Matt Hardy improving technical and performance, Super Crazy in Rumble, Dan Mathis in performance, and Julio Maximo in technical. Very nice. And then we see the Undertaker backstage and he goes, "No, Jeremy, I have not done with Kurt Angle and are bound for glory. I will see how this man gets on in my worst match ever. I will announce that next week on TV in England." And that's when I decided we're going to England. 77B from the Undertaker, not bad. I'm not revealing anything about the show, but I know what's happening tonight, so, In the above had great wrestling and good heat. Jason Liger, Christian Cage, and Steve Austin defeated William Regal, Fit Finlay, and Rhino in 8:27 when Steve Austin defeated Fit Finlay by pinfall. Fit Finlay was sweet in Strong Cute performance. That was just to sort these two storylines out. William Regal's getting better. His gimmicks to performance of Steve Austin stood out as being good. Steve Austin 99. Christian Cage 65, Jason Liger 72, Rhino 64, Fit Finlay 52, William Regal 92, no work improvements. I was hoping putting some of these guys with these two guys who are quite good. Didn't work, but we'll see what happens. A 72B minus for Roddy Piper and James Mitchell. Thank you for coming. Look, Tommy wants another shot at Abyss for the title. At Bound for Glory, the hardcore title will be on the line. Look, I've gone with a six-way ladder match, and I will hang the belt above the ring. This will feature Tommy Dreamer and you. And just James Mitchell sits there laughing and goes, yes, that'll be lovely. 6 men for my monster to destroy. Oh, how lovely. I don't know why I went Rocky Horror Picture Show, so yes, would you like to know who the 6 men are? Of course you would. This is me. If you don't, then we've got a problem, because the reason I'm doing a lot of multi-man, the reason I want to do a multi-man thing is because we did it with the last show, with the X Division. I think we need to do it with our hardcore division, because I think our hardcore division is something we're going to be building upon, and as time goes on, all of our hardcore wrestlers are going to get better, and that's why we've got wrestlers like Tommy Dreamer. So yes, our 3 faces are going to be, we are going to only throw 2 in of the major names, which is going to be Tommy Dreamer and the Blue and Meanie. I'm going to be throwing in Nick Mondo into this, for the reason that Nick Mondo deserves it, and I think Sandman can do something a bit more. We are going to have Devon Storm and Vampiro in here with Abyss, and that's going to be so that we have the star power in the ladder match with Tommy Dreamer, Devon Storm and Vampiro, but then we got, and the Blue Meanie, but then we got Nick Mondo and Abyss who need the, work. That's not the only hardcore match we're going to have of the night. We are going to be allowing the fans to bring weapons to the arena. If our pay-per-view providers allow us to go ahead with this. And that will be Eddie Dennis, wherever he is. Where is Eddie Dennis gone? Or Dennis Eddie, or whatever I called him. Let's just filter this. This match has already been booked in my head, so I know it was going to go ahead. It's just knowing where... Oh, Dean Thomas, there he is. Dean Thomas, that was it. It will be taking on Sandman in a fans bringing weapons match, because these two worked well together, and I think that give the fans a reason to come. They bring their own weapons. So there we go. That's another 2 matches. How did Bound for Glory? Bound for Glory. For me saying I'm not going to add many matches to Bound for Glory tonight, we're already looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches, and we're still going, and we've still got quite a bit of the show to go through. And above that, superb wrestling and good heat. Raven defeated Rob Van Dam by pinfall power drive, following defense by Scott Hall. Rob Van Dam 66, Raven 91, no work improvements of 70C+. And then Scott Hall has a match, an exceptional match. Kurt Angle defeated Scott Hall by pinfall with an angle slam following defense from Raven. There was times when there was definitely lack of psychology, and the match had attendance driven 71C+. Scott Hall 88, Kurt Angle 98, no work experience. Because of this, I'm just going to book it now. It's of course going to be a singles match between the Raven and Scott Hall at NWA or TNA. We're no longer, I keep forgetting, we are no longer a part of the NWA. I don't know if I mentioned this last episode. When we got to call, I left the NWA behind and made my own title bouts. Just because I felt like we could do better on our own without the NWA hoarding us. We can tour the country a lot easier. And the Hardy Boys and the UK Pitbulls are backstage, and they have a massive freaking brawl. Now next week on TNA Impact, live in the UK, I'm saying that for the thing, the UK Pitbulls will be defending their tag belts. I'm not going to the England and not having them defend their tag belts. Now the UK Pitbulls are very popular over there, and they will be taking on the Briscoes. So you get ready for that one next week. And Bound for Glory, the Hardy Boys and the Briscoe, of course, they will be going on, and they're going to be going on in something I want to call the Tag Team Dog Collar Match. Now the reason for this is they're called the UK Pitbulls. The Pitbull is a type of dog, and that's where my assumption went. I want to do a dog collar match between these two teams. Basically, because they're called Pitbulls, and I actually know Bulk very well. He lives in Sheringham, which is just on the road from me, and I do speak to him when I'm in Sheringham. I don't live there now, I used to, and I have seen him wrestle, and he is pretty good for the man of his sheer size. But then we see a massive promo from Cage, and he goes, "I turn for the better, for you fans. You see, there was a guy who pulled the wall over your eyes, but mine too. You see, I used to look at Ron Killings as a friend, someone who I could turn to. He turned on me, and me, you, everybody in this building, everybody at home. Next week, we make our debut in the UK in front of a very small crowd, but I'm going to do what I do best and put on a great match for you." Ron Killings gets in the ring and starts beating down Cage. He picks up Cage and tries to clothesline Cage, but Cage grabs him into a kill switch and hits it on Ron Killings, laughing. And he says, "I'll see you at Bound for Glory." That's what he's meant to say. "I'll see you at Bound for Glory," in a nice match, just randomly in a match at Bound for Glory. First, I think that's the second non-gimmick match I've gone for at Bound for Glory. I think it's going to be kind of gimmicky, because I like, at the big event you want to go all out. You want to try and you want to try and put out all the stops. Is Chris Benoit going to be in action at Bound for Glory? Of course Chris Benoit's going to be in action at Bound for Glory, and who else would he take on than the person I've decided he's going to take on? If anyone wants to know, Chris Benoit will be in action. Where is he? Chris Benoit versus Rhino. There you go. I'm joking, by the way, guys, because of course Chris Benoit is taking on Paul White. I was just seeing how long you guys would listen to me for that. Yeah, of course, I'm joking. Chris Benoit is taking on Paul White. He's not taking on Brian. I'm not changing that match. I'm just seeing how quick I can, I want to see how quick you people notice that and put it down in the comments before you watch the rest of the video. And above had subpar wrestling, a non-existent crowd heat, Amazing Red, Jimmy Jacobs, AJ Styles, and the Zebra Kid defeated Fergal Devet, Sanjay Dutt, Chris Daniels, and Bobby Roode. And of course, the Zebra Kid will be in action next week in 6-11 when AJ Styles defeats Sanjay Dutt by pin with the Stars Clash. And of course, the Zebra Kid being from the UK, he will be in action next week, and he will be getting his first ever shot at the X Division title. And it's happening in England. Of course it is. And that's going to be Christopher Daniels taking on the Zebra Kid next week live on Bayview. And this 19-year-old who's now about 30. And then we're also going to be doing basically we're going to probably try and put all the belts on the line because we're in England, but I will be booking this in. The Rock will be defending his championship against Christian Cage, which is going to help towards Christian Cage promo. I will not book any more title matches after this one, but this is just because I know what I'm doing. William Regal is going to be taking on Chris Benoit for the championship. And that's going to be the main event of next week's TNA Impact. I'm going to book all the titles on the line so you know what you've got to look forward to. Abyss is going to be taking on Vasant. Oh, it needs to be. I'm not very good at all this booking business. So Abyss will be taking on the Sandman in front of the live UK crowd. He will be in action as always, but he will be defending that TNA Championship against the Sandman in a hardcore match. Because why the hell not? And then of course we've got one final, or two more title matches to book actually, because we've got another tag titles, haven't we? But Randy Orton will be in action. Defending his bout against Steve Corino. And that's going to be live on television. And of course America's Most Wanted will be in action, because America's Most Wanted are awesome. And there is America's Most Wanted. They are going to be taking on the Modern Dragons for that championship next week live on TNA Impact. So you've got all the titles online next week, because it's going to be a championship evening, and also because we're in England. But Amazing Red seemed off his game. Jimmy Jacobs getting better. Given the injury, AJ Styles worked through, took a big toll. Several Kills Earth's Wayne, Jerry Lawler might to have great chemistry calling matches, and that's quality lift the match. Color come together match and boost. Bobby Roode 40, Chris Jacobs 55, Sanjay Dutt 42, Fergal Devet 48, Zebra Kid 28, AJ Styles 41, Jimmy Jacobs 33, Amazing Red 48, Amazing Red improving in technical, and Jimmy Jacobs in a Rumble, a 47D. Not a bad match from the X Division. In an exceptional match, Chris Jericho defeated Eddie Guerrero in 8:46 by pinfall with 71C+. Chris Jericho and Eddie Guerrero don't click and made for an awkward bout. Chris Jericho 87, Eddie Guerrero 74, no work improvements. 70C+, bit bad. And of course, William Regal comes out and just beats the living crap out of Chris Jericho. Sod the UK, look at us. I know it's going to be a buried alive match for Undertaker, as Hell in a Cell is copyrighted by my boss, Vince. So see you in a buried alive match at Bound for Glory. So yeah, Kurt Angle ruined the surprise for next to the UK crowd next week, as being as he knows that it's copyrighted. So it is going to be a buried alive match at Bound for Glory between him and the Undertaker. And I've got one big surprise for the fans. Just going to warn you now. This surprise will probably make no sense because of the show, but hey, you'll see. Work improvements, no work improvements, but a nice little promo. Sometimes beef from Kurt Angle. Not too bad. You suck. You suck. In a bad decent wrestling non-existent crowd heat, the Briscoe Brothers defeated the Unstoppable Forces in 8:29 when Jay Briscoe defeated Samoa Joe by pinfall the Briscoe Bottom. CM Punk, Samoa Joe, Sodex and chemistry team together. The Nats quality and the colour come together match and boost. Mark Briscoe 42, Jay Briscoe 38, Samoa Joe 58, CM Punk 59. Mark Briscoe improving in performance, 54C-. Not too bad. In a bad great wrestling and good heat, Kurt Hennig defeated Ron Killings in 8:13 by pinfall the Henningplex. Kurt Hennig 80, Ron Killings 62. Hennig improved in Rumble. It's very interesting how much of the 1980 guys, and then we see the video plays hyping The Rock versus The Undertaker tonight. It's tonight's main event, my friends. And our main event of the evening, yes, is an 82 freaking B. In an unbelievable match, The Rock defeated The Undertaker in 2018 by pinfall after distraction from Kurt Angle. The Rock makes defense number 1 of his TNA Championship. The Undertaker's getting better, is going to make the match to have better announcing. The Undertaker 93, The Rock 99, The Rock improving a Rumble. Because of the length of this has took me to record, I'm only going to do 2 Impacts and per episode, and if the pay-per-view is on that episode and the pay-per-view as well, because otherwise the videos just get too long. The Rock is celebrating his victory when Steve Austin runs in with a steel chair and beats the living crap out of The Rock before. But then you start hearing the music of the WWF and he just backs off before they even get a chance to see him. In a post-show battle at Subpower Wrestling, a little heat, Gado and Jado and America's Most Wanted defeated the UK Pitbulls and the Dudley Boys in 5:56 when James Storm defeated Big Dave by pinfall the 8-second ride. Jado was really off his game. Jerry Lawler and Mike Snow pretty good chemistry and calling matches together. The House quality and the colour commentary together match a boost. Brother Dion came out this looking good. Chris Harris 41, James Storm 40, Jado 41, Gado 46, Brother Ray 66, Devon 67, Big Dave 31 and Bulk 32. Gado's improving in technical, Devon in technical and Storm in performance. 41D, not too bad. In the post-show bout, they had subpar wrestling and little heat. Angel Williams and Mina Toyota defeated Jacqueline Moore and Daphne in 8:17 when Miami Toyota defeated Daphne by pinfall. The Queen Queen B Bomb. Angel Williams elite strong response. Now it's quality in the colour conjugate match of boost. Daphne 37, Jacqueline Moore 58, Mia Toyota 56, and Angel Williams 21. Daphne improving in technical and performance. Good old Daphne 36 D minus. Not too bad, and I don't think we've done too bad for our first show in Puerto Rico either. In the post-show battle, we had decent match with a little heat. Devon Storm, Vampiro, and Abyss defeated Tommy Dreamer, The Blue Meanie, and Too Tough Tony. In a street fight match in 7:39 when Vampiro defeated Too Tough Tony by pinfall from nail in the coffin. Too Tough Tony's weakness to performance. James Mitchell's good work at ringside. Now it's quality in the core conjugate in the match of Boost. Abyss 47, Vampiro 66, Devon Storm 52, Too Tough Tony 22, Blue Meanie 45, and Tommy Dreamer 58. Vampiro improving in performance and the Abyss improving in performance of 42D. We end the show tonight with probably quite a good rating after this great main event match. A 78B, an 82B main event. I'm not complaining. Great show from us. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you with the final part of this episode. Another TNA Impact. Thanks for watching. But it's already been 31 minutes, so we'll get another one in. And hopefully we'll be all done. I'll see you in England for part 2 of this episode. And thank you for watching. Hey darlings, welcome back. Hello. Yep, so tonight, before I make you see the screen, we've got no pre-show, post-show because we're in England. I've just booked the main card. Anyone who's left off will be back next week on pre-show, post-show. But it didn't seem fair to pay for everyone to come over to England and wrestle when we're only going to be wrestling in front of 200 people. But it is a sold-out crowd tonight at the Lewisham Community Centre. TNA Impact from England, so it's a sold-out crowd tonight, and we see them say, guys, you see, tonight I was meant to come out here and say, this Sunday, Kurt, you're facing me in a buried alive match. He messed up. So Roddy gave me the big news for me to give after Bound for Glory. TNA are splitting the show. Impact and Explosion. One show will have the hardcore division and knockouts, the other will get the X division. So then at this point, Kurt Angle hits the ring, grabs the Undertaker from behind, and Angle slams him down. So basically, Angle slams him in the ring. I'm just saying this now because of the amount of wrestlers we've got. We've got near enough 95 wrestlers, and we've got enough main eventers to be able to split the roster evenly and still put on great shows. So that's what I've decided to do. I haven't decided which brands will get what yet, or I think Impact will get the X division and the United States title, and then the other side will get the women's and the hardcore. But then we might need to hire a few more wrestlers just to help us out if we feel like they're running short. And also that means both shows were 2 hours. This is my show, Dead Man, not yours. The lights go out, and then there's meant to be so yeah, basically the idea is very similar to what we did in 1980s mod when we signed WWF and we had all those wrestlers, and we did it was WCW for a while. Then it became the WWF, and then I cancelled the series. But it was similar to brand split to that, but it would be Impact and Explosion. The lights go out, then the flames erupt from the turnbuckles. The lights come on, and Kane's in the ring. He grabs Kurt Angle and chokeslams him, and he goes, "You leave my brother alone, Kurt." We hear music play then. Bang, bang! And Mick Foley runs out and starts attacking Kane into security, get them separated. The Undertaker invented a new catchphrase that will likely boost his ability on the microphone. Kane debuted his monster gimmick, got straight of average. Psycho gimmick for Mick Foley, above average. The Undertaker came across well. The segment, storylines of the segment gained heat. An 84B plus in England to start the show. Not too bad. A 53C minus in a bad that had decent wrestling but little heat. Chris Daniels defeated the Zebra Kid by pinfall with a handful of tights. Chris Daniels makes defense number 3 of the title. I wasn't going to make the Zebra Kid look weak or horribly weak in his own country. There's no way I was going to do that to the poor boy. We're in his home country, so he gets rolled up with a handful of tights, and all the time he's looking closer to winning the title, and he just keeps getting screwed over. Just give me a second. I'm now putting on the wrong bit. So I'm putting some E45 cream on in between my fingers because I've got a really nasty itchy bit. which I think is an infection, which should get checked out at the doctors. But E45 cream soothes the itching, so there we go. And then in 45D, in a battle that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Natty Deanhart and Mischief defeated Katrina Walters and Lita in 6:26, where Natty defeated Katrina Walters by pinfall. Lita carried the match in terms of ring force. I knew this match would suck. I knew that any match where the wrestlers haven't been on TV for that long, especially the women, a lot of these matches are not going to be as good as they could be. But you got to think, when you're in the WWF, you're going to be quite popular in England. If you're a big major star and you've been on WCW or WWF for a while, you're going to be big in England. But if you've never been seen before, like these 4 girls are brand new wrestlers, the only one who's really known in England is Lita, and it shows. The announced choreography lifted the match to colour, come together match boost. Lita looked good out there. Mischief 35, Natty Dean up for 26, Lita 59, and Katrina Walters a 27. Lita improving performance, 45D, not bad. 75B minus is Roddy's saying, and we see him in his hotel room / office. There's 200 people over the road watching Impact happen. You want to do crazy shit like that and brawl in the hotel? It's not funny. So you two find yourselves a partner and get over to the arena for an X Division tag match. Now get out of my hotel room. I've got to go and find a monster. 74B minus, not too bad. In above had subpar wrestling and little heat, the UK Bitballs come back to England, defeating the Briscoes in 7:31 when Big Dave defeated Jay Briscoe by pinfall to Pitfall. They make defence number 5 of their TNA World Tag Team titles. Book was visibly tiring towards the end. Borg is getting better. Big Dave is really off his game. The announced quality and the collar conjugate the match of boost. Mark Briscoe 46, Jay Briscoe 41, Big Dave 42, Borg 32. Borg improving in performance. The TNA World Tag Team Storylines Fantasy segment but lost here at 41D. And of course the Hardy Boys are running, beating down the UK Pitbulls, and of course they've got their dog collar match coming up very soon. And so Ravens Omega, so we're having a split. WWE, we're coming for you. Scott Hall, I'm coming for you big time. At Bound for Glory, I'm going to put you through how I am a monster and I don't care where TNA put me, Impact or Explosion. I'm going to destroy anyone they put in front of me. Raven clearly enjoyed having the freedom to go off script and perform well. The quote the Raven never more storylines about the segment gained heat. This was filmed in America because he isn't in England for the match show because he's not on any matches. And in the battle of Decent Wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Jimmy Jacobs and Brian Danielson defeated Brian Kendrick and Fergal Vet in 6 minutes 43 when Brian Danielson defeated Fergal Vet by pinfall the cattle mutilation. Jimmy Jacobs illustrated Cattle's performance. Fergal Vet, of course, being Irish. I thought it was only right to have him on the show. Jimmy Jacobs getting better. His gimmick and that's quality to lift the match. Brian Danielson 53, Jimmy 34, Fergal Vet 64, Brian Kendrick 57. Danielson improving in flying skills and Jimmy in technical 57C minus. Not too bad. In a decent match, Trish Stratus defeated Jacqueline Moore in 8:03 by pinfall the Stratus faction. Trish Stratus makes defense number 1 of her TNA Championship title. So we're not doing too bad for time at the moment, actually. And Jacqueline Moore's getting better. Gimmick announced quality in the colour conjugate match a boost. Jacqueline 55, Trish 46. Trish improving in performance of 53C minus. Not too bad. Then we see a massive fight happening outside in the street and the road between Finley and Jason Liger. We see cars being stopped and Jason Liger gets thrown in the shop window until TNA security arrive and the local police. So basically, not only do security arrive, but the local police arrive in their cop car. And then we get a promo from Major Styles, a 33 plus, not too bad. And he goes, "A Bound for Glory, I'm going to ring my X Division Championship," which was stolen from me. You see, Jeremy, the fans love me in TNA. And if I do not win this match at Bound for Glory, I will leave the X Division for good. So, leave or lose time for the TNA World title. And if AJ loses his rematch at Bound for Glory, which I can't spell and I can't push my spacebar, he will leave the X Division. What's this about? Well, you'll see. It's all to do with you'll see. Will he leave the X Division or will he win back his title? Only time will tell. In above a decent wrestling but a little heat, Randy Orton defeated Steve Corino in 7:52 by pinfall the Yo-Zone. Randy Orton makes defense number 2 of the TNA United States title. Jay Lawler and Mike Tenay have pretty good chemistry in calling matches, and that's quality in the colour conjugate match boost. Steve Corino 54, Randy Orton 48. No working for it. It's a 55C minus, not bad from these two. 45D and above had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. America's Most Wanted defeated the Modern Dragons 7:37 when James Storm defeated Yoshihito Yoshihide Tajiri by pinfall the 82nd round. I normally say his name and I don't know what's going on there in my mind. America's Most Wanted make defense number 2 of their tag team titles. Super Crazy carried the match in terms of ring performance. Nice quality and the colour conjugated the match and boost. Yoshi Tajiri defeat Tajiri 40. Super Crazy 49. Harris 37. Storm 38. No working for us. 45D. And then we get The Rock, and he goes, finally, The Rock has come back to this shithole, England. You see, The Rock is the greatest all time, and nothing's going to change that. As TNA champion, I'll be on Impact when the brand split happens. Tonight is the night of champions, but I'll not wrestle in front of 200 people. That's bullshit. And Roddy just comes and goes, sorry, if you want to be champion, you will. Now, have you seen Kane around here, or Undertaker? Fine, no. But if you think this is over, Roddy, you're wrong. So wrong. The Rock is getting better. He's getting the TNA Championship on the advanced segment. 79B, not too bad. And then we get a 72B minus as an exceptional match. The Undertaker, Steve Austin, Chris Jericho, and Booker T defeat the WWF Invasion, Triple H, Paul White, Eddie Guerrero, and Kurt Angle in 8:21 when Booker T defeated Eddie Guerrero by pinfall the Harlem Hangover. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon great chemistry. Paul White's getting better. Booker T 69, Chris Jericho 88, Steve Austin 100, The Undertaker 89, Kurt Angle 100, Eddie Guerrero 77, Paul White 63, Triple H 88, Chris Jericho improving in performance, and Booker T in flying skills 72B minus. The UK Pitbulls and the Hardys are backstage, and an argument breaks out, and all four of them start brawling. A host of Ray James and the staff have to pull them apart. Bulk is getting better. His gimmick, the TNA Awards Tag Team Storylines advances segment, a 41D. Not too bad, not too shabby. In above had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Abyss defeated Sandman in 7:55 by pinfall. Abyss makes defense number 5 of his TNA Hardcore title. Sandman's getting better. His gimmick, James Mitchell, good work at ringside. The Nats quality and the colour come together, match and boost. Sandman 42, Abyss 38. Abyss improving in performance, which is what we wanted. Abyss just getting that little bit better. And we bring in 2 people tonight who are from England. Al Ligero is just starting out, so he's come in for a one-night deal. And so is Sabotage for a one-night deal. In above had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Al Ligero and Kid Cash defeat Kevin Steen and Sabotage in 6:44, and Kevin Steen defeated Kid Cash defeated Kevin Steen by pinfall the dead level. 46D, Al Ligero and Kid Cash have great chemistry, had great chemistry and teaming together. It's a good job Al Ligero is coming back then, isn't it? The announced quality and the colour come together, match of boost. Kid Cash 49, Al Ligero 49, Sabotage 32, Kevin Steen 40. No working for us, but Al Ligero will be coming back. So Kane and Mick Foley are backstage and have a massive argument, and a brawl breaks out between the two, and I can confirm it. Of course, it was kind of set up earlier in the night, but I'll set it up now. Kane versus Mick Foley at the pay-per-view, and I don't know whether that will be their debuts, in-ring debuts. I think, in fact, I know it's not going to be, because we know that next week's main event for Impact will be this. You won't want to miss Impact next week. Just put it that way. Next week's main event for TNA Impact is this as it follows. TNA Impact will feature Mick Foley, The Undertaker, Kane, the Brothers of Destruction, taking on Mick Foley and Kurt Angle. Oh yes. That's your main event next week, guys. 77B for that. 73B is we have a video hyping up Christian Cage taking on The Rock. 74B minus in an exceptional match. The Rock defeated Christian Cage in 14:45 by pinfall. The Rock makes defense number 2 of his TNA Championship title. The Christian Cage 67, The Rock 99. No work improvements of 74B minus. And we have a video hyping Chris Benoit taking on William Regal. And that match goes to 77B in an exceptional match. William Regal defeated Chris Benoit in 1935 by pinfall. William Regal makes defense number 9 of his TNA World title. Of course, we could have William Regal main event in England. Chris Benoit's getting better. He's going Chris Benoit 88, Regal 92. Chris Benoit improving in performance at 77B. And of course, Chris Jericho comes down to end the show, beating Regal down to the match and just proving anything can happen in England. No post-show match. I was going to do a post-show match with him, but a 34 increased our popularity in 34 regions. I ain't complaining. So, gentlemen, I will see you again on the other side of this in the next episode, which will be leading to, and we'll have Bound for Glory. Thank you for watching. And ignore that. Thank you for watching, guys.